Alignment is something you notice the moment you release tension. When people hear the word alignment, many imagine a state that requires constant effort. Staying highly aware, continuously fixing or improving oneself, living without ever letting your guard down. These images often overlap. So the closer alignment seems, the more difficult it feels, as if relaxing would cause everything to fall apart. That belief quietly creates tension, yet many who actually touch alignment describe a very different experience. They say it feels easier than expected. Their shoulders soften. Their breathing deepens. They no longer feel the need to hold themselves together. In this video, we'll explore why alignment often feels gentler than we imagine. Alignment isn't something you force yourself to create. It's a sensation that naturally arises when you begin returning to your original position. Chapter 1. Alignment is not about adding more. Alignment is often misunderstood as something you build by adding new habits, new ways of thinking, or constant self-improvement. But the closer you move toward alignment, the less it feels like you're adding anything at all. What many people experience is not a process of adding, but one of releasing. Letting go of postures that required strain. Stepping away from roles that were never truly necessary. These changes rarely feel like achievements. Instead, you may notice more moments where you don't need to stay tense, or fewer situations where you feel the need to explain yourself. Small spaces of ease begin to return to daily life. Alignment feels easier not because you're being indulgent, but because you're no longer carrying what you were never meant to hold. If you've recently felt lighter, that may be a sign that alignment has already begun working. Chapter 2. Effort isn't required for movement to continue. When people hear that alignment feels easier, they sometimes worry that nothing will get done. But alignment doesn't stop movement. It changes how movement happens. You no longer need to push yourself into action or motivate yourself with pressure. Necessary tasks begin naturally. Starting no longer requires long preparation, and finishing doesn't leave you drained. This shift isn't caused by stronger willpower or increased motivation. It happens because the excess tension has begun to loosen. In alignment, movement occurs even without forcing it. You may still be active, yet notice a sense of margin. At the end of the day, what remains isn't exhaustion, but a quiet feeling that things are genuinely moving forward. If this feeling is becoming familiar, alignment may be gently recalibrating the way you move. Chapter 3. When you return to your pace, flow emerges. One reason alignment feels easier is that you return to your own pace. Without realizing it, people often adjust their breathing to match others' expectations, speed, or the pace of the world. As alignment settles in, this unnecessary acceleration softens. You stop rushing in moments that don't require urgency. You stop blaming yourself for moving more slowly when it's appropriate. Gradually, a rhythm that fits you returns. Flow is often imagined as fast or powerful movement, but the flow that emerges in alignment is about resonance, not speed. Timing aligns. Each step connects naturally to the next. If you feel less rushed and more comfortable with your stride, alignment may be restoring your pace and gently organizing your flow. Chapter 4. Returning to the receiving position. Another reason alignment feels easier is a subtle shift in position. You move from constantly reaching outward to quietly returning to a receiving stance. Receiving doesn't mean doing nothing. It means allowing what fits you to arrive without resistance. In alignment, the need to doubt, hesitate, or overthink weakens. When support is offered, when kindness or guidance appears, you can accept it without bracing yourself. As a result, the feeling that you must move everything alone fades. A sense of being supported begins to emerge. This is what people mean when they say they're moving forward without trying so hard. If you've noticed that you're no longer carrying everything alone, or that letting the flow guide you feels more natural, alignment may be returning you to the place where receiving is possible. Chapter 5. Ease appears when misaligned effort ends. When alignment feels easy, a quiet doubt may arise. Is this really okay? Am I doing enough? Ease can feel unfamiliar when effort used to feel necessary. But this ease isn't stagnation. It simply means you're no longer using strength in directions that never fit you. Forcing yourself forward, enduring what wasn't aligned, or holding positions that required strain. These forms of effort quietly fall away. Alignment doesn't reject effort itself. It ends effort that was misapplied. As a result, even similar days carry a different quality of energy. Where you once pushed harder when results felt slow, you now pause to check your position first. This shift is what creates the feeling of ease. If you've noticed that things align more smoothly when you stop forcing them, alignment may be continuously guiding you back to where you belong. Final chapter. Alignment feels gentle because it's natural. When alignment feels easier than expected, many people question it. Is it okay to relax this much? Is something still missing? But alignment isn't a state of vigilance. It isn't a place of constant struggle. It's the feeling that naturally arises when you return to where you truly fit. That's why it feels quiet, gentle, and somehow familiar. If breathing feels easier than before, and the inner voice that once pushed you has softened, alignment is functioning exactly as it should. I am Realia. Alignment feels gentle because you are no longer using unnecessary force and are returning to your natural position. If this video helped you trust your current sense of ease, I'm truly glad. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider liking the video and subscribing. And if any insight stayed with you, feel free to share it in the comments. I'll see you again in the next video.